And then this is the key phrase here. Let it be. Mary gets to choose.
Hey guys, it's Garrett coming to you live from Daily Divers. It's your Daily Dive Disciple. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Part of my Christmas gift was this hat, actually, so my wife got it for me. Hope you guys like it. But we've got a weird one for you. It's for Reverend Doctor Caleb Lyons. He says that Mary wasn't a virgin, and then he tries to relate it to mythological gods, even though everyone he relates it to is wrong as far as concept of virgin. And then also he says that Mary had a choice to birth Jesus. So this is going to be an interesting one, right? So please stay to the end. I got biblical passages to kind of show you, to debunk everything he's showing here. But let's dive in. We're going to do the first one's going to be about Mary wasn't a virgin, according to him, and only him. But let's get started here.
Mary was absolutely, positively not a virgin when she gave birth to Jesus. That whole concept of virginity is kind of culturally defined anyway, but we know biologically that that is an impossibility, of course, in the 21st century. But even
that's why it's called a miracle? Yeah, a miracle. Have you heard those in the Bible at all? Apparently not. Apparently not. I would kind of flee from this church if you can. He is not one you want to follow.
Beyond that, listen to this. Matthew is trying to fulfill prophecy in Isaiah that he accidentally misinterprets. So Matthew is reading in the Greek, but the Hebrew word that Matthew interprets from Isaiah as virgin doesn't mean virgin. It means young woman.
Really? That's I don't think that's true at all. And in fact, we know that's not true because he could speak Hebrew and Greek, and it's backed up in all the other prophecies as well. So if you're saying Matthew got it wrong, you're going to have to say all the others did too, and Jesus himself. And no, that's not the case. Where did he go to school? I don't know how he got what he got his doctorates in, but I don't get, his theological studies are off by a lot.
And some theologians have tried to say, well, all young women in that society were virgins, but that's a pretty large interpretive leap, one that I'm not quite willing to make. So Matthew misinterprets this and applies it to his story. But even so, in the ancient world, it was very common to say that someone was born of a virgin as a tool to foreshadow narratively that they were going to live an important life. Let me give you some examples. Plato was said to have had a virginal birth. So were Romulus and Remus. The Egyptian gods Ra and Horus.
First off, Romulus and Remus, that's not the case at all.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
So I'm gonna instead of doing them all at the end, so you have to follow along, we'll do it one by one as he's talking about it. And so Romulus and Remus in Roman mythology were conceived when the god Mars did some things with Rhea. So yeah, not a virgin birth. So let's see the other ones he's talking about here.
Horus also said to have been born of virgins. The Buddha was.
Horus also was not born of a virgin. He was actually born from Osiris and Isis. Actually, Osiris passed away and he was conceived beforehand, but she did it by magic through his parts. That's how. So, not a virgin birth.
Said to have been born of a virgin. There's this wonderful story about an elephant entering his mother's side to impregnate her, and then the Buddha is born.
Buddha was not born a virgin. Earliest sources say that in the Buddhist texts that in like the Pali Canon, it says that Buddha is born a Queen Maya basically, with the clean I can't say his name, Sadananda. So yeah, not a virgin birth.
But perhaps most significantly, catch this, the Roman emperor was said to have had a virginal birth. When Matthew and Luke say that Jesus has been born of a virgin, they are putting him at odds with the Roman emperor from the very beginning of the story. They are saying, no, it's not the Roman emperor who is special. It's not the Roman emperor who is of God. It is Jesus, the Messiah.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
Yeah, so he's been wrong about all that stuff. So we know he's off there. But let's I don't even understand where he, some of these guys come off, and where they even get their theology from. It doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. But let's do the next one. This guy's just a straight hit shooter, isn't he? He's all over the place. So here we go.
She heard that she was going to conceive and bear a child, and that child would be the Messiah. But more than that her cousin was already pregnant, and that the child that her cousin was carrying was going to be the forebearer of the Messiah. And she receives this news, which could have been fearful, but Mary, this powerful woman, is not afraid. And did you notice what she says to the angel when she gets this news? She says, "Here I am, a servant of God." And then this is the key phrase here. Let it be. Mary gets to choose. And
where do you see that in the text? No, she doesn't. And I know why you're trying to say that, because you're trying to say the women nowadays don't even get the chance. That's not in the text at all. And I might as well just stop it there, because that's what his whole speech is about: reproductive health. Yeah, it's a complete fallacy, and he's lying through his teeth. Either there's only two ways: either he doesn't know, or he does, and he's being deceptive. So let's kind of dive into this here. So let's.
Shall not pass!
So we can kind of go right to the I'll stay on path. We'll go right to Luke, since we just got done with that one. Luke 1:26-38. In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent to God to a city of Galilee named named Nazareth, to a virgin betrothed to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And he came to her and said, "Greetings, O favored one, the Lord is with you." And she was greatly troubled by that saying, and tried to discern what sort of greeting this may be. The angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. And behold, you will conceive in your womb and bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus." Where is the choice? I don't see a choice there. And he will be great, and he'll be called the Son of the Most High, and the Lord will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign forever over the house of Jacob forever. He'll reign over the house of Jacob forever, and the kingdom will have no end, which matches with David, by the way, with Daniel 9, I believe. And Mary said to the angel, "How can this be, since I'm only a virgin?" And he answered her, saying, "The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you, and therefore the child to be born will be called Holy, and the Son of God. And behold, your relative Elizabeth, in her old age, also conceived in a son, in the 6th month, and who was called barren." Sorry, she was with her. She was called barren. "For nothing is impossible with God." And Mary said, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let it be to me according to your word." And the angel departed from her. She was just being obedient. There was no choice made. I don't know. The angel said, this is going to happen. This is his name. You're running to name him this. Where is the... Do you want this? No, that wasn't there. That wasn't there at all. You had to read that into the text. It's horrible. But so that was Luke 1, 26 to 38. And then Matthew 1:23, because Matthew's, stating the virgin's going to be born. And so it's actually quoting Isaiah 7:14. He says, behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which means God with us. So the virgin, is she a virgin? So let's go to Isaiah 7:14. Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Now he's trying to say the Hebrew word didn't mean what it meant, but we can kind of dive into that. So let's go right to the Hebrew. A virgin, halama, right? Let's see what that meant. Young lady, maiden, at last, derived from the root of meaning to hide, to conceal. And if you scroll down and see that it does relate to virgin, but we can go all the way down. And yes, girl, maid, maiden, maidens, virgin. Yes, it meant virgin. It meant virgin. And they spoke Greek and Hebrew. It's well known. So yes, it's virgin, because that's what it's translated to, because we know that because it's in Matthew. When we go to that type of, if we just go to the text and the interlinear, the womb shall be virgin. There it is. And so yeah, it means virgin. You act like they don't know their own language. It's crazy. It's crazy. These guys have lost their minds. They have clearly lost their minds. So don't fall for it, guys. Don't fall for it. But if this helped you, please like, comment, share, subscribe so we can get this out there. And until the next one, guys, I'm sorry about this. I just have to point this stuff out. I don't want to, I've seen people leave the faith because of this. It's ridiculous. Don't leave the faith. Do a little bit more digging. Do a little bit more studying. Unlike this guy, who's just wolf in sheep's clothing. So how could you be so wrong? But about everything. But anyway, to the next one, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.